This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Porto Chicken. Fresh, not frozen. Grilled, not fried. Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 605 of The Couch. Big show coming up. Senator Louise Pratt, we talk with her about citizenship issues and parliament issues coming up very soon in Polywaffle. Stay tuned for that one. We're looking at movies with a fantastic guy called Pascal. You know him as one of our movie reviewers from the past, Despondent. Stay tuned for that one. We're talking Movember, we're talking Epilepsy Month. We're also talking about a fantastic Aboriginal art event called The Art of Wellbeing. And let me have a look. We Will Rock You's coming to Perth and we're talking to some of the stars of that. We have such a big show and Karen Page performing as well. Let's start 6:05 now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Welcome to The Couch. Look who I found. She's still an Australian citizenship person without dual citizenship. Very confusing, Louise, but I look forward to talking to you about that very soon.
Indeed.
We have got a wonderful act opening the show, local West Australian talent. What's her name?
Her name's Karen Page and she's singing Still Got You.
Wow, future after politics. Here she is.
Goodbye West Coast, goodbye family. See you around, my dearest friends, got somewhere else to be. I know, I said things will be just fine. Packed our bags, hit the road, left it behind. Well, it ain't the way I thought it would be, and I know it's hard. Things ain't what they seem. We've come so far now, I'm feeling weak. I still got you, yeah, I still got you, babe. I took the highway, took the coast road, drove for miles and miles through towns all full of ghosts. I know, they said we're out of our minds. Turn your back on all those things, we'll make it this time. Well, it ain't the way I thought it would be, and I know it's hard. Things ain't what they seem. We've come so far now, I'm feeling weak. I still got you, yeah, I still got you, babe. Said I still got you, yeah, I still got you, babe. I know we said, 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 we said, well, it ain't the way I thought it would be, and I know it's hard. Things ain't what they seem. We've come so far now, I'm feeling weak. I still you, babe.
There you go. Thank you very much to Karen Page. We're going to have a chat to her later on before she goes off to the studio. She's recording a brand new album, but we'll have a chat to her at the end of the show. Someone that's still got her citizenship and no dual citizenship is our next guest, Senator Louise Pratt from the Labor Party. Welcome back.
Great to be with you, Fred.
Now, I know you're flying out to Canberra this afternoon because Parliament's resuming. A new Parliament because we've lost the Speaker now.
Yes, indeed. We've lost the Speaker and we've lost a bunch of senators as well.
And
so
lower House members too.
we'll be swearing in some new senators this
Can
week.
we quickly just tell people how it works? When Mr. Parry from the Liberal Party is out, how do they appoint the next person?
So they will count down the Senate ticket. So when you vote in a Senate election, you vote for a whole team of people. And so they essentially count down the list
From
of
that
people
party.
in that team from that party, which is what happens if someone's knocked out. But if a senator resigns, which is not what's happened in this case, then the Parliament can elect someone appointed by the party to replace them. But in
Okay.
this case, because they were never deemed to have existed, because they weren't eligible,
They
you
go to the
count
next
down the list.
Okay, so hopefully by the end of the week, we will have new senators filling those spots. But the problem is with the citizenship circus, as they've been calling it, or fiasco, as the Prime Minister finally admitted. What are we doing? I mean, Ron Alexander last week pulled out. He's out now. He's running a by-election again. We've got the Deputy Prime Minister running for election. How does the state of Parliament sit at the moment?
Well, I have to say it's in chaos, Fred, because we've had a bunch of legislation that passed the lower house.
By one vote?
Yeah, things like a tax on penalty rates, things like a rejection of a Royal Commission into banking. And those are questions where the government only won them by one vote. Barnaby Joyce is gone, John Alexander is gone. What that means is there's a whole cloud about the legitimacy of this government.
Now, I notice the government's been very quick to point, the old don't point one, 3 point back. They're saying that some of the Labor members are under a bit of a cloud. Those Labor members, can I say, have been quite honest and said, yes, they did have UK citizenship, but they renounced it. They made an effort to renounce it.
Yes.
So Bill Shorten's pretty much stood up for them and said, we think we've done the right thing in those cases.
Yeah, the Labor Party's looked at the precedent on other cases before the High Court, and where people made reasonable attempts to renounce their citizenship, they were deemed to be valid candidates.
So hopefully the Labor will be in the clear. Starting Parliament, can you see things coming in like, can I say, the Royal Commission maybe being represented, the same-sex marriage legislation, repealing the penalty rate cuts?
Yeah, look, they'll all, I reckon that we're all going to have a go at those questions in coming weeks. But, marriage is going to come up sooner rather than later.
Well, we had the finalising of the votes last Wednesday.
Yes, that's right. And so now the substantive question needs to be dealt with by Parliament to legislate for marriage equality. And there's a hot contest about things like religious exemptions in the debate we're having.
How do you feel religion should take part when we talk about this? How should we form a religion involvement, or how should we remove it from the same-sex marriage?
Yeah, look, it's really important that we uphold religious freedom while having marriage equality in this country. Essentially, that means religions can decide for themselves who they want to marry and under what circumstances. But they should not be telling the rest of us who don't want religious marriages how to get married. If a religion wants to do a same-sex marriage, then they should also be able to do that. So, for example, if a religion doesn't want to marry people who've been previously divorced, marry people who are of different religions, marry people who are same-sex couples, that's up to that religion to decide.
So give me a scenario here where you're a cake maker and you don't like the gay couples getting married, so you refuse to make a cake for them. Shouldn't that be under the normal law discrimination? I mean, how can you be allowed to discriminate?
I don't support changes to the Marriage Act that would allow individuals to discriminate. It's okay if the church wants to, because that's part of their religious doctrine, but it would be completely anti the current anti-discrimination law in our country to wind back those kinds of laws.
See, I find it discriminating for a church to say to you, say you and I wanted to marry and we were same sex, and no, say we're a heterosexual couple and we support the same-sex marriage, as has happened. Why would the church then be allowed to say, well, we're not going to marry you as a heterosexual couple because your personal beliefs are now getting involved with the church's beliefs?
Look, I agree. It's a very strange thing to do, but we can't dictate dictate to individual religions what they should do.
Well, we know the vote has closed last week. We're going to hear what the final outcome is in the next week or so through Parliament. We believe about a 78% turnout, which is amazing. And we also believe the yes vote could just be edging past the no by a lot. Where do you think it's going to go from here? Say it's a yes vote, it's been supported. Where does Parliament sit after this?
Well, we'll be moving very quickly to legislate on this question, and to legislate in a way that protects religious freedom but also upholds anti-discrimination law. And it's going to be a hot contest, really, the extent to which the Liberal Party can hold their act together, because they're really divided on these questions about the legislation.
Dean Smith was the original drafter of the legislation. Now there's talk that they don't want his legislation anymore, because those 11 or 12 Liberals didn't think that this would be carried, the yes vote. So now they're going, we want to make it really tough. So anything to delay the legislation. But what I'd like to know is it possible that Dean Smith could come to the Labor Party and say, look, I'm going to introduce my legislation. Will you guys support it?
Well, what I hope is that there'll be a whole group of us signing up to a bill that we can put forward together, and that it's put forward across the Parliament with members of the Greens, members of the Labor Party, members of the Liberal Party, all joining together, as well as people like Darren Hinch, all saying we sign up to this legislation. We think it reflects the views that Australia has voted for. Let's just get it done.
And they all did make the promise. The Liberal Party made the promise. If Australia votes yes, they won't stand in the way of putting it through Parliament. But I do believe that it will not be the Liberal government that will introduce legislation. It will be an individual member. Is that true? It'll be a private member's bill?
Yes, that's our understanding, but it won't necessarily be an individual member. For example, I introduced marriage equality legislation many years ago, which failed, and there were a number of MPs that signed up together to introduce that.
Well, hopefully it can happen before Christmas. Just quickly, I know we've only got about a minute or so. A new look Parliament. We've got some new senators coming in, and one from WA.
Yes, that's right. The Greens have a new senator coming in, replacing Scott Ludlam, Jordan John Steele, and he'll be a terrific addition to the Parliament, I think.
Now, the difference with this senator is he's in a wheelchair. There's been many renovations done to Parliament. Are you looking forward to the new look Parliament?
Oh, look, it's, I think, a problem that our Parliament has not been inclusive of people with disability until this point in time. One of the first things we're going to do is change the standing orders. That means a parliamentarian doesn't need to stand in order to seek the call. So, they're the kinds of things that, frankly, should have been addressed long ago.
Well, I think it's going to be a fantastic new Parliament. I think the citizenship fiasco, let's put that behind us. Let's hope it all gets cleaned up from here onwards. Let's hope we're able to change some policies. Can I ask one quick question? Do you think there'll be a challenging of power on the House of Reps, as
I think the government
vote of no confidence,
government has real problems in terms of not having its numbers in the chamber. It's now missing 2 MPs. Frankly, I don't know how many others on their side also have a cloud over their citizenship status, and that's going to spell problems.
Let's get some legislation passed for same-sex marriage before there's no one left in the Parliament.
That's
but
right.
But mind you, if you're the only one left, then we'll still pass it.
I'd be voting in favour of it, that's for sure.
You're on a plane off to Canberra. Thank you for coming in today, Louise.
It's a pleasure, Fred. Thank you.
This is Louise Pratt, of course. She's always open and honest with us and always willing to come in, and she's a part of the Labor Party here in WA. We'll have some more people come in next month for our final Polly Waffle as well. I think we're going to take a quick break, because we've got, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about Movember and talking movies. See you then. There's some footage there of our own Senator Louise Pratt. She was in a hurry, folks. She obviously flew out in a government jet, as you can see. But I always knew the Liberal Party was pretty selfish, but they still get a plane on the Labor side. But thanks, Louise. I'll see you next week when you fly back, maybe, in that plane. Someone that's always flying high is our very own Nisha Seth, covering Movember on Centre Stage. Over to you, Nish.
Thanks, Fred. Gee, that's very nice of you. And we are talking about Movember in November. Now, Movember is a global charity now that looks after and provides education awareness for a very important topic, men's health. And joining us on the couch is George Friend, a community ambassador for Movember. Welcome.
Pleasure to be here, Nisha.
Now, George, I understand that you've been involved for over 10 years now in the cause. Tell us a bit about Movember and what it involves.
I have been involved for a long time. Movember is a men's health charity, the only men's health charity in the world that is devoted to prostate cancer, testicular cancer, suicide prevention and mental health awareness.
Now, all of those areas that you've just mentioned have a lot of evidence behind them now in terms of being alarmingly high and on the uptake as well, particularly suicide. Tell us about the stats there.
Yeah, there's some pretty damning statistics and something that we don't talk about enough as blokes. Suicide, every day, 6 men take their lives in Australia.
Yeah. And the highest rate, isn't it, between 15 and 44, it's the leading cause of death.
It is.
And between 12 and 25 as well, some of the new stats are saying. Do we think this is because particularly we're focusing on men? And you know, is there any anecdotal reason? What do Movember promote and put out?
We're of the opinion that the Aussie male, he's the old antidote, she'll be right. We're a little bit tough. We don't want to talk about our problems, that type of thing. We're not as good at listening and talking as the fairer sex like yourself are.
Gee, you're getting so many compliments today.
And that's something that we really need to get better at.
Yeah. So Movember provides an opportunity not just to grow moustaches, but there's a number of other things that you can do. Talk us through what you can do.
You can. We have thousands of devoted Mo sisters across Australia and even more across the world who sign up. They obviously don't grow Mo's. But they do host events and they do support the Mo Bros, the men in their life.
Lovely. And a lot of people involved in Movember do have personal stories, and given that 1 in 2 males will have a mental health challenge during their time, and 1 in 4 people in general in Australia, is it fair to say that you either, you're supporting someone close to you by getting involved, but you're also being a community ambassador yourself as well, by getting involved and supporting?
Yes. So I have 3 reasons that got me into Movember. The first, probably the catalyst you could say, was a friend of mine from school. His father took his life just after we left school. So 10, 15 years ago.
Very challenging time.
It was a very challenging time for him and his family, and none of us saw it coming. The friendship group really just didn't know. It was just completely out of the blue, as these things are, because again, going back to the point of us men, we just don't talk about it enough. So he decided that he was going to organise a group of our mates to run a 200-kilometre run in an overnight relay. We did 2 kilometres at a time.
Okay.
We were a lot younger and fitter back then, and we could deal with the sleep deprivation. And we did that for a few years, and that's since morphed into 200-kilometre bike rides of a group of 50 riding at once, and into other events that we'll talk about a bit later.
So, so many great, personal reasons to be involved, and I can really see that this is a passionate cause, really close to your heart. We are running out of time, which is unfortunate because there's so many stories I want to hear. But look, from us here at The Couch to yourself and to Movember as a charity, I think it's an absolutely inspirational cause, and I think people should go out of their way all year round, but particularly in November for Movember, to find out more. So where can people go? What website?
Yeah, so you can go, if you want information on any of the causes, you can you can go to movember.com. That'll direct you to the Australian website. You can sign up there if you'd like, for Mo Bros and Mo Sisters, host an event, do some exercise, make a move, have a bit of friendly banter with your mates, try and raise a bit of money.
Wonderful. Well, George, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We'd love to have you back on to talk about the next big tirade. You're riding, I think, hundreds of kilometres from Exmouth back down to Perth. But for now, unfortunately, we've got to wrap up. What I do want to say to anyone who may have had a personal trigger during that conversation, it is a sensitive issue, please feel free to call through to Lifeline, and the number is going to be coming up on our screen shortly, 13 11 14. Thanks again, George. Good luck with your challenge this year. Good luck to everyone out there, and we'll hope to see you on the couch again soon.
Thank you.
Okay. For those of you that missed out on any of that information or to watch the interview again, you can go to thecouch.com.au, but for now it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha. I was surprised you actually shaved your mo. I thought a bit of Veet there, Nisha.
Oh, Fred.
Oh, I'm going to pay for that
Never
later. But
cease
we are
to
supporting an
amaze me.
amazing charity. And I didn't shave. I actually left mine on, but I know it's not professional for Nisha to leave hers. So anyway, thank you. We do support that great charity. And can I just tell you something else we support is giving away trips to Singapore. Thanks to Scoot Airlines are going on the Dreamliner. If you would like our final tickets, we have got 2 tickets left to give away, and thank you to our good friends at Scoot. We're going to give those away next week. Our final tickets to fly to Singapore on us, on the Dreamliner, you and a friend, you and a partner, you and an animal. You take whoever you want. We don't particularly care who you take. But if you'd like to go, all you have to do is send an email to us to scoot@thecouch.com.au. Your name and address needs to be on that email, and we will pull one person out, and we will pick up the phone. We will dial you, and you need to pick up the phone. If you don't, you lose. You don't win. Ha! So it really pays. If you're going to enter the competition, it's going to be an anonymous number. It's going to be an unknown number. Answer every call you get because you could win. And thank you to Scoot. Something else that we're talking about now is movies. And with us today, because Jackie's away, is our very own Pascal. Welcome back.
G'day, Fred. Thanks for inviting me.
Nice to have you back.
It is. I'm excited. This time of year is the best time of year for movies, isn't it?
Why is that?
Because, I don't know, they want to build up
All the
towards
good movies.
Christmas, all the good movies. You know, they built it up from January, and then you're starting to get super excited all year round, and all of a sudden everything's coming out.
I love it because you know what? It's usually the busy time of them. All the good movies come out now.
Correct, that's right.
And all the Marvel movies, the DC comic movies, the kids movies that are
Kids
sort of
movies.
adult.
Yep, kids movies, and Star Wars.
That's
up
coming
as well.
very, very
Yes,
soon.
correct.
Beautiful. We've got 4 to look at today. Let's start with the first one, Justice League, a bunch of heroes.
Justice League. Well, you remember the Super Friends, right? Remember Super Friends back from the 70s? It was like that. All the collection of Batman.
They're reunited.
Reunited. Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, and they're trying to do exactly what Avengers did. You know, Justice League were around before the Avengers, but it's like their version, DC Comics version of Avengers.
Is it
movie.
a better version? Because, you know, like all the characters now are so dark.
Yeah, correct. Look, it probably should be. It might not be as good as the Avengers, but if there's a lot of humour in it, it will be. You know, that's
You
what
reckon
they
it'll
want to have a lot of humour. Not make it as dark as the previous.
So who's starring in this
Justice.
one?
Well, you got Batman, Ben Affleck, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. You know, she's brilliant.
from the
Perfect
movie.
casting. Aquaman, the Jason Momoa. You know, from Game of
Yes,
Thrones.
yes.
The Flash, Ezra Miller, for one of my favourite actors. You know, from Perks of Being a Wildflower.
All right.
And, yeah, he was from that.
So we've got a
brilliant
good cast.
Good cast, and you got Lois Lane, Amy Adams, Commissioner Gordon.
And do we know what
And,
happens in this movie?
Yeah, what happens is a vicious villain, right? He's
Yeah.
called Steppenwolf, and we're not talking about a rock band. Remember,
Not the old
that's
song Magic Carpet,
yeah, that's
right?
Magic Carpet. It's not that, but Steppenwolf is this 250,000-year-old demigod from a faraway planet. And there are these 3 mother boxes on Earth, right? This is comic book stuff, right? The 3 mother boxes, they're like super intelligent supercomputers that can control energy, control gravity, control life, mind control. And this Steppenwolf wants to get control of them so that he can take over the galaxy and the
And
universe
who
and
directed
whatever.
this?
Zack Snyder, the same director as
Wonderful.
the Man of Steel and
All right,
Batman
well-
vs Superman.
Let's have a look at the trailer. Here it is. You might enjoy it.
I'll take that as a yes.
What?
The ring.
The world remains in mourning after the death of Superman. Violence, acts of war, and terrorism are all on the rise.
I had a dream. It was the end of the world.
Invasion.
I think it's something more. Something darker.
We're asking people we don't know to risk their lives.
Strong man is strong as alone. You ever heard that? That's not a saying. That's the opposite of what the saying is. Divided. We are not enough. The world needs Superman. I made him a promise. This is why I brought you together. Ride ain't over yet. My man.
Awesome. As a bat signal, that's your... Oh, sorry. That's your signal. That means we have to go now.
Yeah, that's what that means.
It's so cool.
That's out next week on Thursday in all cinemas. Should be great. Next one we're going to talk about is Daddy's Home 2.
Yep.
You know, that one is directed by Sean Enders, and it's got Will Ferrell, my favourite comedy actor. I love him. Mark Wahlberg. Remember two of them from The Other Guys?
Great cast.
Yeah, and then you got Mel Gibson and John Lithgow.
Mel Gibson's in this.
Yes,
Wow.
pretty much it's brilliant. What happens, you remember from Daddy's Home, you had Brad and Dusty. They end up becoming co-dads, you know. It's so cool. I won't get into details, but, you know, they had different kids from different
Now, you've
relationships.
just watched this. Can I say your personal opinion? What do you think?
I loved it. I thought, because I'm a big Will Ferrell fan, I thought it was better. It's one of those rare ones that the original was pretty good, but this is better than original. So it's a lot of laughs all throughout.
And who directed this one?
A guy called Sean Enders. I think he did Dumb and Dumber 2.
Okay, so
he does and the other guys as well, I think.
Fantastic.
But pretty much you got Brad and Dusty. So it's Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. They're co-dads. So they've got this cozy arrangement. It's all very metrosexual, new age, and they're going really beautifully.
Lots of humour.
Correct, lots of humour. But then they realise that the kids aren't loving it, and they want a good Christmas. So they will have a united Christmas, and they get Mel Gibson. He's an old school dad. He's Dusty's dad. And John Lithgow, he's Brad's dad. And so you got the clash of old school granddads against new age granddads, and then the old school granddad wants to wreak havoc, and you know he hates the co-dads thing. Then you got kids. The kids are going into adolescence, puberty, alcohol.
You really did watch it.
I
didn't
did,
you?
yeah. And it's just chaos and hilarity. There's a lot of stuff going on. Great actors, and you know, you got to see it. It's I had a ball seeing it.
Let's have a look at the
Let's have a
trailer.
little trailer, yeah.
You know what? There's nothing better than being a co-dad.
You got that right, Braddy. Two families working as one cohesive unit.
Ah, are you all right? I'm okay.
Hey, guys, we got a big surprise.
No more back and forth at Christmas.
We're not doing the back and forth.
Nope, I just said that.
Yay!
A together Christmas like a normal family. A together Christmas.
Hello? Grandpa Kurt?
My dad is gonna scoff at everything we do. Nothing's ever good enough for him.
Your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty? I mean, who wouldn't be impressed with you? Oh, dear God. This is gonna come off weird, Dusty, but he's beautiful.
Here you go. Why don't you bring the car around? We'll meet you at the curb.
Right away, sir. I mean, no. I'm sorry, I'm not the driver. No, I'm Brad. The stepdad?
Why is he here?
Because my dad's coming too. Dad! There's my big
And his total lack of masculinity. I mean, his weak chin and soft underbelly bothers you not a bit.
You know, I'm just getting the feeling maybe you guys would like some privacy. Griffey! Honey! Watch out, honey! Stand clear! I just want to find the perfect together Christmas tree. You don't think I can operate a chainsaw? Cut like butter!
Hey, isn't that
Brad, cut down cell phone tower.
I think Brad's dead again. Brad, don't go into the light!
5 more minutes and I get to be Joseph.
You throw that, we are no longer co-dads. You gonna pump fake that thing all night? Or you gonna take a shot, Brad?
Huh? He's never played sports ever.
What? What?
Maybe it stuck to his hand.
You know what, Dusty? You're not worth it. Psych, you're totally worth it. Dad!
Wow, that was fantastic.
That's out now. Now we're going to look at Tulip Fever. Okay, this is a bit different, this film. It's a period piece. Director Justin Chadwick, English guy. Starring Dane, how do you say, Dehan, he's Jan. Alicia Vikander, we know her from a few films. Christoph Waltz, good actor. And Judi Dench. Okay, she's in this one. And Zach Galifianakis, how do you say that? Galifianakis. And Cara Delevingne, she's a real good up-and-coming talent. This one, I have to explain this plot here. This is, mate, I'll tell you. It's set in Netherlands in the 17th century.
Oh, back where you were born.
That's right. It's during the tulip mania period. Okay.
Tulip being a flower, not red tulip.
That's right. The tulip, the tulip flower. And there was the artist Dane. He's been commissioned. It's a fictional story. He's been commissioned to paint the portrait of Sophia. She's married to Cornelis, played by Christoph Waltz. And the artist Dane falls in love with Sophia. Forbidden love. You know, and then the two of them want to make a life for themselves. So they go and invest in a tulip market back then, which was like the boom back then. So tulips weren't native to Holland, okay, and Holland was the economic powerhouse of the world, and tulips were brought in from Turkey, the Ottoman Empire, and they found they could grow them well. And then it became a boom. You know, it was deemed to be the thing to have. So people invested with it. In 1637, the market crashed. So these two are investing. There's a backdrop of intrigue, romance set, and also investing in tulips. Sounds very strange. It's not my sort of thing.
Very intriguing, very riveting.
Could be intriguing, riveting, and a lot of tulips. All right.
Let's have a look.
In 1634, Amsterdam was captivated by a flower. Rich and poor gambled on the tulip market. Sophia was a beautiful orphan, chosen by one of the richest men in the city.
Love, honor, and obey.
I've decided to engage the services of a painter.
Don't move.
Put your brush to capturing my wife.
She's a rare beauty. They'll say, look at that lucky old dog. Didn't he have a lovely young wife?
First to flower, first to fall.
Tulip business. I think it's the answer to my problems. If I were rich, I could take you away.
He would find us. He would not stop looking for me unless I was dead.
My lord, I pray that my wife shall be not of corruptible seed.
You've been busy. You've not been painting. No offense.
I made a plan to save us both. We will be together.
There's nothing without risk.
I love you.
Now tell your husband what you've been up to.
What have I done?
I bought Sophia.
I must find her.
You two really think you'll carry this off?
Yeah, I'm not riveted yet, but maybe if I watch the whole movie, I might get excited.
On the big screen will be good.
Yeah, hopefully. What's the last movie?
Last movie is Boar. Let's talk about this. This is the natural horror film. It's an Australian film, and it's like Jaws. When it's a natural horror, like Jaws, the big animal that goes on a rampage.
This has got Melissa Tuckett.
Is that how you say it? I'm glad you said it.
I was going to say it in
Melissa
Italian.
Tuckett.
It wasn't as clean.
Correct. And John Jarrett too.
Yes,
you know,
he's a bit of a murderer from Wolf Creek.
Correct.
And you know what? I've been waiting for this for 2 years to come out. What's it about?
Yeah, it was actually originally scheduled to be released last year, but financing problems and
they've got so much cast, but
exactly.
Hugh Sheridan's in it.
Hugh Sheridan,
all the big stars
and
of
Bill
it.
Moseley, a lot of big names. But it's in the harsh Australian outback. You got this massive wild boar is causing mass destruction of properties and local animal stocks. Correct, yeah, that's right. And it's developed a lust for blood and destruction, and it's defending its territory. People go out to try and kill it, and it's savage. And of course, you know, there's no CGI with this, I don't think, from the trailer. And I think they're using animatronics. You know, so it's good to see a bit of old school stuff, like, but it's like the Australian movies. With Australian movies, we need to market them more. We need to support them, but I just found that there wasn't much. We need to improve them. Yeah, we need to. There wasn't much marketing of this, you know. So we want to support them, but you try and read online about this film, you hardly see anything. So, but have a look at the trailer. This boar is as big as a van.
Let's hope it doesn't bore people.
Yep.
You remember that smash up on the highway coming into town, right, about 12 months ago? They couldn't find the couple. All the police found was the wrecked car. I was driving back from Bob's place in me truck, and I saw something in the paddock, about 300 or 400 metres off, and I hit the spotty on it. It was a boar.
Someone's been tearing the fences down there at the old Patterson's farm there.
There's nothing out there except dust and ruse.
I haven't heard from him all day. I can't even get him on the bloody phone.
Holy Mary, Mother of God. That is a monster.
Mate, if there was something out there as big as what you say it is, it'll take more than a rifle and a slug to slow it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever was down there before is not there anybody more. Mate, we have got to try, for God's sake. It's as big as a combi van. Big as a combi van. Watch out! There's a wild pig! If I had a phone with one of them cameras, I would have taken a picture, but I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone.
And here I thought Noni Hazelhurst was over the divorce with Jared, but that's okay. Can I just say, do it, read my lips, do it. I hope it does really, really
Melissa,
well.
yes.
Melissa Tucutts from E Street and Desperate Housewives of Sydney. Well done. Congratulations to all that cast. Hope they do well. When are they out?
Justice League is out now, and the others are out during the week.
Beautiful.
Next week.
Let's have a look at the top 5 for this week as they stand at number 5.
My Little Pony, the movie.
Number 4.
Blade Runner 2049.
Number 3.
Jigsaw.
Number 2.
Bad Moms 2. Bad Moms 2.
One that you love, number 1.
Everyone loves it, Thor Ragnarok.
I'll get you some tickets to The Little Pony if you want.
Yes, my daughter would love that. I would like it too. It's
love to see you back. Let's hope you'll be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully. That is, of course, Pascal. You can catch him here on the couch, and we'll catch you at the other side of this break. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Welcome back to the couch. I've just, what was that? Oh, we've got some footage of Louise landing in Canberra. That was quick. Let's have a look. Louise Pratt, Senator Pratt. There you go. Oh dear. I think we've lost a couple of more senators, folks, but not because of the citizenship. Oh no, she's okay. She's okay. Well done, Louise. That footage was a bit scratchy. Of course, we don't have the money that 7, 9 and 10 network have. I would have had money if 10 didn't steal my shares, but that's okay. Different story. Well, it's good to see there Louise Pratt, Senator for Perth, survive that landing of the government jet. Something that's going to survive as well is a fantastic musical coming to Perth next year. We Will Rock You. We've got the cast here. Can I just welcome them? We've got Dean, Holly, And we've got Blake Williams. Blake, of course, you're not a stranger to the couch. Welcome back.
I know, it's weird being on this side. I don't have to make up questions. I have to make up answers. I will make them up.
Where has that changed?
It's very true. It's very true.
Welcome, all of you.
Thank you.
Can I maybe start with you first, Dean?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the musical. Or do we have a spokesperson for? Tell me about. We Will
We'll
Rock
jump
Just
in.
ask us anything.
Tell me about We Will Rock You.
So We Will Rock You is the music of Queen, of course, and the book is written by Ben Elton. And yeah, it's kind of a sci-fi almost about consumerism and the world in the future set to the music of Queen. So it's not actually the Queen story, but it uses all their music.
It's sort of like Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
if
very
you think
much.
about it, it's
Very
not
much.
really that high, is
I think
it?
it was like an anti-musical. You know, musicals, there's a storyline and then there's songs that go between the storyline. There's songs and then there's a storyline to go between the songs.
This is a wonderful way of doing it because if people love the music of Queen, they're going to love the story that will follow. And you've got an amazing cast. Going to say Normie Rowe is one of the characters, Buddy.
Yep.
Do you want to go through the characters who have we got in the play?
Well,
there's a lot of characters.
Yeah. We are not the entire cast. Believe it
there
or
are more
not.
than 3 of us.
I can run through them. We've got Normie Rowe as Buddy. We've got Courtney Murphy as Britt. We've got Chris Murphy as Macca.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we've got the amazing Dean Misdale here.
Hello.
Who is, of course, Feminem.
Yes.
We'll go through that later.
Yeah.
Wow, you do look not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been told, you look like Adele. Anyway, Blake Williams, of course, who plays Galileo. Now, you play Killer Queen,
Killer
by the way.
Queen, yeah.
Holly Denton plays
Scaramouche.
Scaramouche. I didn't want to do that again because I did that
Yes.
before we started. And she looked at me.
Scaramouche, no last name.
Now, this guy here, Ryan Dawson, who plays Khashoggi, is that
Yeah,
right?
Khashoggi.
Did I get to say that right?
Yeah.
He throws
And
me in jail,
this other
basically.
couch
I
extra
know.
here, Paula Perori, of course, from the couch.
Yeah.
She's
Incredible.
playing Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the cast. Amazing cast.
It's total
Great
personality.
vocalists,
That's it, yeah.
big personalities, and you know, because I think for this kind of musical, there's huge songs. You know, they're massive, epic kind of Queen songs, obviously, and you need the personality and the kind of voices to do that. But plus, there's obviously the cast, and there's choirs, and you've got a stack of people on stage.
How did you rehearse for the singing bits? How did you blend everybody together?
It's always a challenge.
Yeah.
We've only just started.
Mixing voices.
We've only just,
Of course, like you've all had music backgrounds. I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
Of
I
course.
grew up studying music and training in music theatre all through my, adolescence.
And Holly, of course, you did Variety Youth, and you're still doing the choir.
Yeah, so I've been in variety since I was 7 years old, and then I'm also in a duo with my dad, gigging around Perth, and then I've done a couple of community musicals as well.
And of course, Blake, the band Proof has been
Proof
very
and-
success to success.
Yeah,
And
went to
Mix.
Whopper for too many years. Those grey hallways have etched into my mind. But yeah, so it's and there's a lot of people in the cast that have kind of studied and gigged around forever.
And I love that it's 99% West Australian.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
Isn't that the greatest thing?
Other than Normie, it's like 100%.
Well, he's sort
Yeah.
of West Australian. He probably spends 2 weeks every month here. But can I say it's great to see local music, local theatre come to life. This is a big production. And
It is.
Where is it being performed? Where can we come
We're
and
going
watch
to be at His Majesty's Theatre, which is incredible. I don't
Yeah.
know about you guys, but I'm super excited to perform there.
Do you think His Majesties know that we're doing because they have opera,
Yes.
and they have
They have
ballet,
dancing,
and then
they
we're doing
have-
come on,
To rock and roll.
I don't know if they're ready for it.
I think it's going to be an amazing place, especially with the acoustics. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful,
Yeah.
intimate theatre.
Live band as well, live 7-piece
Is
band.
it Proof?
Which is, it's not Proof.
I don't
it's not
think
Proof.
it is.
It's actually we've got
We've got
the
another one of the Murphy brothers in the band.
Yeah.
as well.
There's another one?
It's
Yeah.
quite a family affair, the show, actually.
Yeah, just all
Tell
the
you
Murphys.
what's his surname? Maguire? I tell you what, they appear everywhere.
I think of them as like the Perth Bee Gees. They're everywhere, and it's Kieran. Kieran plays drums in the
Yeah.
band, so it's the whole Murphy family. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
For
as
those
well.
people who've never followed the We Will Rock You theme and that, tell me, because it's completely different, like we've said, what's the storyline? Very
So
basic.
basically, my character Galileo hears voices and sounds in a world that's basically banned music. So we live in the future. You can't listen to music unless it comes from this one company. But I kind of have these memories of old music, and I don't know where it comes from. And then I find Scaramouche, and we sort of go on this journey together. And we get kind of lobotomized.
Yeah,
Our
I'm a bit
brains
of a
get
rebel.
tampered with.
Yeah.
And then
Really?
we
That
go on the
surprises.
quest for music and music instruments.
And then I'm the one that kind of keeps everything under lock and key.
Yeah.
You're the Killer Queen.
Enemy. He's
Yeah,
The
I'm kind
name
of
Killer
enemy
Queen
number
sort
one.
of scares me.
Yeah.
What role do you play realistically? Do you kill anyone?
No, I don't think so.
He probably does. We just don't see it.
Yeah, it's very much of a. She's kind of like watching over everyone and keeping them all in check.
Do you have to have a character voice?
We haven't really worked out that yet. I'm sure there will be.
Look, this is early days, because when is the play going to hit Perth, or when's the musical hitting
We
Perth?
hit the stage March 23rd through to the 31st.
Yep.
2018.
So we've got plenty of time. It's on screen right now, actually.
Yeah.
His Majesty's Theatre next year, but we want people to buy tickets now, don't we?
Yeah, so the website is wewillrockyoupperth.com.au. All the ticket info's on there. And,
Yeah, absolutely. And there's
And they will sell.
They will. And the
I'll
good
be
thing
coming.
with tickets is there's a whole range of tickets you can go for. And our Angels as well, you can buy kind of big packages. So you get obviously the tickets, and then you can
Meals.
get
Meet and
merchandise and
greets.
meet and greets and all that kind of stuff. So kind of for the whole budget. There's a whole range.
So check out the website, because you can do it now. It's early days. Get your best tickets now. Get all your friends. Christmas presents. That's the best thing. You
Yeah.
don't know what to give someone? We will rock you. Just do it.
And also part proceeds go to Heart Kids as well.
And you can't forget that. A great charity as well. We've loved having you here for this short period in time. We'd love to get you back maybe to perform for us in the next few weeks, so we'll try and do that. But can we go out? I know can I just say quickly, you did a bit of a delling, didn't you? You went up on stage. How did that happen?
She spotted me in the crowd.
Yeah,
and-
right. Like she could miss you.
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's like me standing there in the crowd. Oh, can you see me? There it is there. Tell us, can you talk us through it?
Yeah, so,
Which one are you?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
He's Adele.
Yeah, I was there in the audience. I had a ticket right up the front, and yeah, she kind of gave...
She didn't know that you
no,
were there?
she gave me a little wink pretty early on in the show.
And the sign saying, pick me or I'll kill you?
No, a security guard came and grabbed me and took me up there.
Oh, she looks
Oh my God, you do
Which
look
one's
amazing.
Adele? Is
Which
that-
one is Adele?
That one, the back one.
Can we go out in the break? I know I put you on the spot here. Can you do a bit of Adele for us going out to the break?
Oh, I don't have my nails on. She's all about nails. That's all she does. She just sings it, stands there and twinkles
What
her
about some
nails.
We Will Rock You?
I knew it. I knew we're going on the couch. Fred's gonna make us-
We will rock you.
Oh!
We will rock you. Oh, I better not sing anymore, because they're
There
going to
we
want to
go.
pick me. It's too late. There's no part for me in the play. Thank you very much. The cast, some of the cast of We Will Rock You, coming to Perth next year. We'll have them back hopefully next week and the week after and the week after. We're going to give them heaps of
Can't get rid of
promotion.
residency.
And we'll have you all back, I'm sure, again. Thank you for coming in today. We need to take a break, because coming up after the break, believe it or not, we're going to go from We Will Rock You. We're talking about art. Stick around. You're watching The Couch, and we'll rock you after the break as well. See you then. Well done. Thanks. Welcome back to The Couch on Aurora Television around Australia on Foxtel. Epilepsy Awareness Week is here in November. With us today is a fantastic guest called Matilda. To talk to her is our very own Nisha. Over to you.
Thank you, Fred. Yes, coming straight from Epilepsy Action Australia, Matilda joins us on The Couch. Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
Absolute pleasure. Now, you are an ambassador of the organisation.
Correct. Yeah, I volunteer and I'm a mentor for young youth that are dealing with epilepsy, growing up, as I have in my experience for the last 25 years.
Cool. And so often with not-for-profit organisations, you have such passionate volunteers like yourself.
That's correct, yeah.
Tell me about your role. What do you do?
I am a mentor and advocate for EA, as we call it. I mentor young youth, girls around Australia, especially a young girl in Melbourne. She's, just turned 16, going through that transition of a teenager to a young teenager to a teenager to an adult. It's hard. It's all hard throughout your entire life. And I've just coached her and her family who are struggling to cope with her as well. There's marriage breakdowns, there's fights, there's drug abuse, everything like that. And there's also, just like myself, I've just got my licence after 8 years of fighting my epilepsy as well, and being 25. So there's a whole factors that people really don't understand.
And you've had a real journey, haven't you, in terms of not with just your epilepsy, but I guess with the health challenge of being a young adult and wanting to go out like we all do into the world and experience it. But you've really triumphed.
I have. At 20, I was, okay to go and get my license and everything like that. And I was like, no, you know what, go to Canada. So I went to Canada, lived there for 4 years, travelled around Mexico, went to America, Cuba, you name it, Europe. Wow. I've been there. Wow. And I've never let it hold me back.
What do you think you took away from being able to go away on your own and take care of yourself during that period?
Just do it. and it's great, and it's something that you have to do, and I'm proud of myself for doing it, and I encourage everyone to do it. I'm just grateful of how strong I am and how far I have become, and Fiona from EAA has helped me a lot, and they all have. I have a big family as well, so I have that support system as well.
So with Epilepsy Action Australia, is it fair to say that they provide that sort of community network
Definitely.
and sort of support services
Definitely.
that extend just beyond, you know, a pamphlet? It's
Yeah.
more engaging.
Yeah, so there's about 10 or 15 advocates like myself, as well as the support system based in Melbourne. And, you know, where I'm in the rural town of Bunbury, so I'm not in Perth, I'm not in the capital city, but they're based in Melbourne, so then there's Melbourne, Sydney. And that's where they find their advocates, but I feel like that we're going to be, coming into 2018, we're going to be expanding and going into the rural areas and, you know, going to schools, giving talks, going to events and providing the information that really everyone, not just family and the supporters, but everyone in the community need to know and be aware of epilepsy, because a lot of people do hide behind it.
It is so important. I can sense your passion.
Yeah.
and it is so important in the rural areas too. Tell us about the other volunteering work that you do, because it's not just one organisation.
And it's not just 1 month, it's a lifetime, let's just say. So this year, as I was saying before, this year Epilepsy Awareness Day, which is called Purple Day, March 26. I organised the city of Bunbury, all the lights to be lit up in the colour purple, so and all the main attractions like the lighthouse and our spiral tower to be lit up in purple, and as put it upon myself to go around the city and put up pamphlets and signs and facts about awareness of epilepsy, and basically telling a story of what that night of going to Purple Lights is going to be like. So, and the meaning behind it all.
That's fantastic, and you have been volunteering for many years, and also the Department of Fire and Emergency in Bunbury too. So you are very humble too, because I'm going to have to say all of these, but you are reaching out into lots of different community forums as well. Definitely. So great ambassador. So let's talk a bit about what's happening this month. I hear there's an ET opportunity.
There's an ET opportunity, so you can do this at your home, you can do this with your colleagues at work. Just have, and basically it's like brunch, you can just bring cakes, cupcakes, all that, and tea. And basically it's either you can have a coin donation, it's up to you really, coin donation or a set money, things like that, pay for a cake, which is what I did with my work. So yeah, there's so many opportunities as I am about to embark on an adventure. I haven't decided yet, but China, Tanzania, wherever.
I think you'll be globetrotting for the rest of your life.
I won't be in Australia for much longer, no.
What about the health and fitness? Because we talk to a lot of not-for-profits on the show, and you know, I think it's really great that you're promoting a healthy lifestyle. So tell us about what you can do there.
Well, for my epilepsy itself, it's caused a lot by stress, which, you know, can come on to anyone. I go to the gym.
Fantastic.
And box it out as well. And that's something that I can tell people to do. Go to the gym, get out there, get fresh air. Especially living in Canada, fresh air is amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit more about, I guess, how we get involved. What website can we go to if I'm not a runner or I'm not going to climb mountains? And what else can I do?
You can donate anytime on our website, Epilepsy Action Australia. So it's www.epilepsy.org.au, and you can just click on donate now, or you can get in contact with them directly and you can donate things like you know, basically going to third world countries, all those sorts of things. And as well as we have teddy bears for sale, which every $100 that's donated, it goes towards a teddy bear that is sent to young children in hospitals or...
That's brilliant. Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so lovely to have you on, Matilda. You're
having
passionate, you're engaging, you're inspiring. Keep up all the good volunteering work.
Thank you.
I would love to have you on again.
Yes, definitely.
But good luck with your ET. I hope I get an invite. I think it's going to be good given your experience in running them.
Yes.
Wonderful. We'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Now, for any more information in regards to the Epilepsy Action Australia group, very, very positive community-based work, go to their website, or of course we'll always have all the details on ours, thecouch.com.au. Back to you now, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha, and we look forward to supporting that wonderful cause, and thanks to Matilda for coming in. Just before we wrap up the show today, I wanted to have a quick chat to our studio guest today who's singing us out. Her name is Karen Page. Karen, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, so I'm originally from Perth and I've been doing this for a little while. My style's kind of an Americana, rootsy, country folk sort of style, and yeah, I recently won a competition over in Tamworth in 2016 called Toyota Star Maker, which gave me a huge leg up, and we've been sort of touring for the last 18 months and just came off a 5-state, 24-date tour.
Tell me about the album you're recording in the studio soon.
Yes, I am. So my latest single, Lonely Night, that's the first single off my forthcoming debut album, and I'm going into the studio in January to record the rest of the tracks.
Who influences your music?
I kind of go back to the older artists. I love Carole King and Neil Young, and love my Paul Kelly and Missy Higgins too. So I guess I sort of look at that singer-songwriter kind of genre for what I do.
Now, if people want more information, where can they get it?
They can head to my website, which is karenpage.com, and I like to say Karen with an I and Page like the book.
I've got a couple of albums I'm holding up here. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
So the first one is Rewind, which is just a collection of 2 of my first EPs that I released with my bands here in Perth, and the second one, that's called Still Got You, has the 3 singles that I recorded as part of my Toyota Star Maker prize.
What's the future got in store for you?
I think I definitely will be in WA for a bunch of stuff, but yeah, there's so much out there and so many audiences to get to, so I kind of want to really push nationally and eventually go international as well.
Well, good luck with all your music. Hope you stick around WA, and thanks for performing for us today.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Here she is to end the show today, our very own West Australian, Karen Page, performing a wonderful song called Lonely Nights. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, Australia.
I'm tired of waiting for my time to come. I'm done with work and now where I belong. I've walked this lonely line and beat up check. It took my all and now, well, I want it back. Help me now, I'm falling to my knees. Well, help me now, my darling, help me, please. The road is long and I don't see a light. The darkness sets in for another lonely night. I'm always waiting for the tide to turn, set my heart on fire and watch this city burn. I'm scared I might not wake up from this sleep. Forgive my aching soul for being weak. Well, help me now, I'm falling to my knees. Well, help me now, my darling, help me, please. The road is long and I don't see a light. The darkness sets in for another lonely night. But you said